bump, set, spike. It's that simple, right? Prepare to be proved wrong as the nets have been hung and tightened, the balls have been inflated, and the hard work and preparation for Caribou County's 2016 version of high school volleyball is finally here. For the Cardinals, Grizzlies, and Cowgirls, the season last year was disappointing, with no team able to achieve the goal of a run to the state championship. But this season, each team has grown and will be looking to make the extra climb to reach the top, and KBRV 800 The Bear is going to be there every step of the way. Local volleyball is being brought to you on The Bear by
Monsanto, Hunsaker Ford, Silver Star Communications, and by MyLocalRadio.com.
Now, buckle your seatbelts and prepare to join one of the fastest sports in Idaho at the high school level as Soda Springs, Grace, and North Gem take to the court under the watchful eye of your voice for Caribou County, Caleb Bergraff. It's time for volleyball on your home for all things Caribou County, KBRV 800 The Bear, and online with live video streaming at MyLocalRadio.com.
And once more, it is time for us to take to the airwaves as the Soda Springs Cardinals are getting set for their third match this evening, and this one is where all the marbles are on for today as Soda Springs, and I think not a surprise, but definitely a pleasant look of Bear Lake on the other side of the court against the Soda Springs Cardinals as they prepare for this matchup with winner go home or loser go home. Winner moves on to Wednesday and a chance to take on most likely West Side for a spot against Malad in the championship game of the District 5 tournament. A lot to be said here for what's going on in this match, but we'll start things off with starting lineups for these two teams, brought to you by Mountain View Dental. They provide general and cosmetic dentistry for the whole family, and they want to wish good luck to the Cardinals from Dr. Walker and his staff. And for the Bear Lake Bears, their starting lineup is most likely going to consist of Carissa Parker, Maddie Critchlow, Zoe Wells, Jessica Bateman, Keisha Weston, Haley Eborn, and Shay Ramsey. You will also see Jimmy Lloyd out there and Hope Morales on the court as well. Maddie Critchlow Jocelyn Quintero could be one of the servers for this Bear Lake team if this match progresses to that point on the court for them as well. So it's going to be a lot up in the air for the Soda Springs Cardinals. On the other side, the Soda Springs Cardinals expect them to have the same starting lineup of Kaylin Lewis, Cooper Evans, Katie Franson, Reagan Yamauchi, Katie Sims, Haley Ledbetter, and Lexi Patterson. Those are your starting lineups, brought to you again by Mountain View Dental in Soda Springs, where they provide general and cosmetic dentistry for the whole family. Good luck to the Cardinals from Dr. Walker and his staff. For the Soda Springs Cardinals, they are hoping for a much better performance offensively in this one. Not that they had a bad performance against Westside, but the offense lacked some of the fire that they had against the I bring you things. The worst part about it is the Soda Springs Cardinals offense did not show a lot of fire in that match against the West Side Pirates, but they did not crumble until that final set of that one. They kept everything close, and they were able to put up a fight in a 3-1 loss. By the way, we do have an update as the Grace Grizzlies in that fifth set fall to the Chalice Vikings, as Chalice ends up coming away with a 3-2 5-set win in the third match of that best of three, all in one day. And the Grace Grizzlies will not be going anywhere as their season has come to a close, regrettably. And the last Caribou County team alive, more just because of what time it is than anything else, but hopefully more than what time it is by the end of this match, is the Soda Springs Cardinals, as they are going to be looking to try and come away with this victory once again tonight against the Bear Lake Bears. 7:20, right about on schedule. We're getting set for the start of this match between the Cardinals and the Bears, as the Bears will be out there in their blue uniforms, white down the sides, white numbers on the front as well with black spandex. The Soda Springs Cardinals wearing the black uniforms with the white numbers and the black spandex down below as well. The liberos will be Maddie Critchlow wearing the white with blue numbers and black spandex, and Cooper Evans wearing the red with white numbers and black spandex down below. Thank you again for joining us here. It should be a fun matchup between these two teams as they both look to try and get that date with either Westside or Malad on Wednesday, in a match that, if things go according to the bracket, would be played at 4 o'clock on Wednesday afternoon, with a championship match to follow between the winner of that match and the winner of the other match going on the far side. Two teams will meet at center court. For the second time, we find ourselves in the middle school gym, and the final match of the night in a 3-match marathon for the Soda Springs Cardinals. We were talking about this with Coach Thompson in the pregame show before their match against Aberdeen, and one of the things that we were talking about is the fact, this season it's a marathon. By the time it comes down to this district tournament, you're looking for something to really push yourself forward, and this is what the Cardinals are prepared for with all the tournaments that they've played in this year leading up to this set of matches. We're going to have a little bit more of an extended post-game show by the time this is over, to get a couple more commercial breaks in for those sponsors who are not necessarily getting as many in as they are thinking. But all that is going to be coming up after all this is over. So we'll do a little bit more of an extended post-game show and wrap everything up here from the first day of the District 5 tournament, regardless of what the result is here tonight. The Cardinals shifting gyms once again. The 13-10 Cardinals will be receiving the serve from the Lady Bears, as setting to send this one over will be Zoe Wells. Once the rotations are adjusted, the Cardinals will be starting out with Cooper Evans on the bench, as Lexi Patterson will be the first rotation to move forward. Sims, Ledbetter, and Myers on the back line. Hopkins and Yamauchi on the front line. Soda Springs trying to make some noise, as are the Bear Lake fans. Not a ton of people here, but definitely enough to make some volume, as Wells sets up over on the far side. And the opening serve, brought to you by Bear Lake Drug, is across and on the back line for an ace. The Soda Springs Cardinals are hoping to watch it land long, but Bear Lake opens up with the first point of the match, and it will send it over once again to Wells to serve. Second one is short. Hopkins misplays this one underneath the net. And Zoe Wells with back-to-back aces to open things out, in a very ominous start for the Soda Springs Cardinals against Bear Lake, a team that they beat in 4 sets the last time they played. Short serve once again clips the cords. That's to the far side. And 3 straight aces for the Soda Springs Cardinals, who are definitely not all the way in this gym mentally, as Wells will once again prepare to serve a fourth time, and this one played well. Serve received taken. Yamauchi to Sims. She'll go cross-court back line, too strong, and Katie Sims flies the back line as Soda Springs goes down 4-0 in the early going against Bear Lake. And once again, Zoe Wells will get another chance to pop one across. Line drive to the back row. Sims, good pass to Yamauchi, sets it far side. Patterson into the net, into the block, tipped across, and Eborn sees Parker punch this one under. It'll be an error on Parker, and the Cardinals will get themselves the first point onto the board, as Haley Ledbetter will move to the back row to serve. Left to right, she'll prepare. Stands back with her feet against the carpet, which is tucked against the walls, and sends one to the back line. Parker to Wells, set to the near side, and it's a free ball launched across to the back line by Ramsey. Patterson sets it far side for Sims. She goes back line off Critchlow, and Sims picks up her first kill from a rare source as Lexi Patterson gets an assist, and the Cardinals get onto the board with their first offensive point. 2-4, Cardinals trail on the Caribou Memorial Hospital scoreboard in the first set. Ledbetter to serve, sends one back row. Critchlow to Eborn, who frees one across. Ledbetter gets it to Yamauchi. Far side, Sims goes back line herself. That's on the back line. Katie Sims back-to-back kills for the Soda Springs Cardinals as they answer a 4-0 run by the Bears with a 3-0 run of their own. Ledbetter once again goes to the back line. Long serve, short, dug back to the Cardinal side. Yamauchi to Hopkins, into the near side. Yamauchi flips one to the back line, where it's played to the front by Bateman. Wells sets up Parker, and once more, Lexi Patterson, who has been a stone wall at the net so far tonight, as then through the tournament, she has been able to rack up, that's her 16th block of the day. It'll be again Ledbetter to serve. 4-0 run for the Cardinals to answer back, make it 5 as Ledbetter adds an ace to her record. And after all that momentum was on the side of the Bears, The Cardinals reel off 5 straight points to take themselves a 5-4 lead. Ledbetter to serve again, runs up, sends this one short. Pass by Critchlow over the net. Patterson reels back, popped over. This one sent to the near side by Eborn as she stuck an arm out to keep it alive after it was Parker digging it forward. And 6-4, the Cardinals go on a 6-0 run now. Ledbetter again to serve. Runs up. Fires one back line. Critchlow passes it far side. Wells bumps one into the middle. And Eborn tips one short. That goes down. Haley Eborn gets the kill. Zoe Wells with her first assist, and it's 6-5. Soda Springs back in the lead still by 1, but the Bears with a serve. It'll be Bear Lake to send it across with Parker. Ledbetter to Yamauchi. Bump set to the middle. Patterson goes back line as Parker again plays this one up on a good dig. Wells to the front. Bateman goes long to the back row. Cooper Evans gets it to Yamauchi for Soda Springs as Patterson goes back line off of Critchlow. Picked on the libero. Soda Springs doing a lot of that already, and Soda Springs gets themselves up by 2, 7-5. That'll send Bartolome into the match for the Cardinals as Cedar Hopkins, takes a seat on the bench to our left. Bartolome to serve left to right. First set here, 7-5. The Cardinals leading, and an ace for Bartolome as she climbs the cords and drops one short. 4 aces for the Cardinals so far. 2 aces for the Cardinals so far. And an 8-5 lead for Soda Springs, a 3-point advantage. Alexa will again try to serve. Sends it back line. Bateman to Wells. Back sets it for Eborn, who hits it into the net. Haley Eborn gets her second air. The Soda Springs Cardinals up now by 4, 9-5. As they have scored 9 of the last 10 points. Bartolome moves to the back row once again. Third serve. Short. Critchlow passes it to the net. Wells sets this one middle. Played by Ramsey off the block. Sims gets it to Yamauchi, flings it back row. Wells to Ramsey, sets middle. Eborn flies one into the net, and a carry is going to be called on Haley Eborn. And a timeout taken by the Bear Lake Bears, down 10-5 on a 10-1 run by the Cardinals. Things look desperate for the Soda Springs Cardinals in the beginning, but here in the Sanders Furniture first set, they have rallied and are playing, again, good volleyball that is helping them through to this win. This set, again, brought to you by Sanders Furniture and Appliance, where they carry Amana, Maytag, Speed Queen, and all the major brands of appliances, as well as Lazy Boy Furniture. Get to Sanders in Soda Springs, where they can help you make your house a home. The Cardinals' offense being powered along, first of all, by some errors made by the Bears, but it's really just been some aggressive play coming from Katie Sims and Lexi Patterson, as those two have been able to get 3 kills between them. The serves have also given them some luck, and they've been picking on the libero, Maddie Critchlow. Cardinals trying to get themselves back into the same type of rhythm that they had against the Aberdeen Tigers when they had over 40 assists and almost 50 kills. It'll be Alexa to serve, sends one short. Critchlow passes it far side. Eborn to Wells, who frees one short of getting over the net. Haley Eborn again with the mistake. Bear Lake down 11-5 now, and it's an 11-1 run by the Cardinals. Bartolome, with the score matching her number, sends one up to the back row. Parker to Wells, who sets it middle. Coming up, Ramsey through the block and into the net go the Cardinals blockers, and we'll see who they call the net violation on. I believe it was on Lexi Patterson, as the Cardinals will give the ball back over to the Bears, but not before. It's a 5-point edge for Soda Springs. Eborn to serve. Sends one high and short. Sims to Yamauchi. Sets this one over the net for a tip shot down and in from Keisha Weston, who took the free ball and just flipped it to her left and dropped it down. 11-7 now, and back to serve is Eborn once again. Second serve of the run, sends it near side, well out of the lines on the near side. And an error for the Bears in their service game will be the first of the match for either team. Soda back up by 5, 12-7. Katie Franson checks in. Taylor Myers checks out back to the bench. And Cooper Evans will check back in as the libero sends one over on the serve. Towards the net, tipped down, and they're going to say reaching over is Katie Sims on a ball she probably did not need to reach over, as it was going to be a tough play on the far side for Zoe Wells at the net, and it regardless makes it a 12-8 game. Ball served over by Ramsey. No, into the net by Ramsey. Another service error by the Bears. They remain down by 5, 13-8. And Katie Sims moves to the back line as the sophomore. Several Cardinals playing club over the summer and winter. Serves one over the cords. Down, clipped the net, caught the cords, and dropped in front of a sliding Wells on the far side. 14-8, the Cardinals up by 6. Wendy Parker applauding her team, trying to lift their spirits up as the Cardinals have come back from down 4-0 and have taken a 14-8 lead, now 14-9 as Katie Sims comes off of the ace and serves an error. She flies it long. So many times you'll see somebody send it off of the cords and then send one too strong as Bateman gets a clean serve to the Cardinals side. Yamauchi sets up Ledbetter. Back row popped up by Bateman on a good pass. Parker. And it's sent across this time by Keisha Weston as Sims gets it to Yamauchi again. Far side Ledbetter. Cross court on the line. Haley Ledbetter joins the killing process as she gets her first. Another assist for Reagan Yamauchi as she gets her third, and it's 15-9. The Cardinals continue to lead this one by 6. Cedar Hopkins checks into the match as she moves on to the front row for Bartolome. And Yamauchi serves one across from the back line. Wells to the near side. Parker comes up, goes back row, and Yamauchi plays this one up to the back line of Sims, who flies it into the net. Sims not appearing to be all there in the opening of this set, but plenty of time to recover, and her teammates are picking her up right now. It'll be a chance for Critchlow. High serve to the back row. Ledbetter to Yamauchi. Sets it middle as Ledbetter comes up, flies one two-handed to the back line. Pipped up by Ramsey. It'll be Eborn to Critchlow and a free ball back to the Cardinals. Sims to Yamauchi. Far side Pat Ledbetter drops one off the block, but right there's Parker to get it to Wells. Dug towards the net, and it'll be tipped across to the back line by Cedar Hopkins. Played up at the net, jousted for, tipped across by Franson. Sims with a sliding dig. It'll be Ledbetter to try and spin one down, but dug up by Ramsey. To the near side, Wells sets up Parker. Into the net goes Carissa. She's 0 for 2 on her hitting attempts, and it's 16-10 now for the Soda Springs Cardinals on top of the Lady Bears. Katie Franson again to serve as the senior sends one to the back line. Bateman to Wells, tips one across. Franson right there. Yamauchi sets it far side as Ledbetter goes down the line. Parker steps up to make the dig. Wells back to Parker on the near side, tips one through the block, and Carissa gets her first kill, gives Zoe Wells her second kill or assist, and it's a 16-11 match now, 5-point advantage. Goes back to Wells once again to serve. Zoe steps forward. Lines one to the back row. Patterson to Yamauchi. Back row Sims. Spins one in front of Bateman, but she's able to kneel down and dig it up. Wells to Parker. Blocked at the net. Parker can't play it off with a block and now punches it back in, but 4 hits will be called. Cedar Hopkins comes up with a block. That's her first, and it's 17-11 now. Soda Springs on 4 hits comes away with the point after a block at the net set themselves up for that 4-hit violation. 17-11, the Cardinals cruising through the first set, as since the opening 4, they've outscored Bear Lake 17-7. It'll be Bateman into the middle, tipped over the net, comes from Eborn as the Cardinals play it. Cedar Hopkins goes for Sims. Back line, Bateman passes it in the air, played by Lloyd into the middle as Parker frees one across. Sims back to Yamauchi, middle set for Patterson. She goes back line off of Jimmy Lloyd. Lexi Patterson 2 for 2 now, as Yamauchi gets her 4th assist, and it's 18-11. The Cardinals up by 7, and again, going back to serve is going to be Haley Ledbetter. Lines one to the back row. Parker to Lloyd. Jimmy back sets it for Parker, and Carissa sends a soft shot to Yamauchi. Cedar Hopkins sets up Patterson. Dug up by Bateman, tipped over by Parker, and a lift is going to be called on Lexi Patterson, reaching out behind her. She had Yamauchi to make the play, but the Cardinals' mental lapse will give it back over to the Bears as Parker will serve right to left. Carissa spins it to herself, now steps up, fires one back row. Evans, good reaction to pass it to Hopkins, who steps up Patterson, and she mishits the ball, trying to punch it. It goes off the side of her hand, and the Cardinals can't get it over the net. 13-18, the Bears back within 5. Parker again prepares to serve. Steps up, lines one over. Evans to Yamauchi. Far side Sims, lines one back line. That's on the line. Katie Sims comes up with her 3rd kill. Hopkins gets an assist, and it's 19-12. The Soda Springs Cardinals back up by 7, continuing to hold off the Lady Bears. It should be 19-13. It should be 19-13 with a 6-point edge for the Cardinals. And it will be back over to Cardinals to serve as Bartlome for the second time spins one short. Critchlow, back set by Lloyd. Eborn stuffed at the net, that time Patterson again, and Lloyd has to free one across. Ledbetter, Tiamauchi, quick set, Patterson, and into the net. She flings one with the open hand, and 3 straight errors for Lexi Patterson after the strong start. Have it at 19-14 now, a 5-point match here in the first set, being brought to you by Sanders Furniture. Eborn to serve, steps up, lines one back row. Sims to Yamauchi, into the middle. Ledbetter flips one across. Eborn to the far side. Lloyd sets this one up for Keisha Weston, but it's dug out again by Ledbetter. Back row, Myers goes back line. Dug up into the rafters by Eborn and freed across by Lloyd. Smart play by Lloyd just to get it back to the Cardinals as they'll set up Sims. She hits it off of her fingertips, but gets the kill anyways for her 4th. And Reagan Yamauchi gets her 5th assist, 20-15. Lexi Patterson takes a seat. Katie Franson checks in, as does Cooper Evans, and onto the bench also goes Taylor Myers from the back row. Evans fires one on an ace to the back line. Cooper gets her first ace. The Cardinals with 4. They lead 21-14 on the Caribou Memorial Hospital scoreboard here in set number 1, brought to you by Sanders Furniture. Right now they carry Amana, Maytag, Speed Queen, and all the major brands of appliance, as well as Lazy Boy Furniture. Come to Sanders in Soda Springs where they can help you make your house a home. We do want to remind you again that if the Cardinals win, we'll be back down here on Wednesday if they can come away with a best of 3 or best of 5 match win. And most likely they'll be taking on West Side as the Pirates taking on Malad in the far gym. That would be the better option for the Soda Springs Cardinals, you would assume, as West Side is a team they've beaten, Malad a team they've taken a set from but have not beaten. The other district tournament going on today was a best of 3 matches between Grace and Chalice. Chalice took down Grace in the 5th set of the 3rd match as they pushed it all the way, and the Grace Grizzlies season comes to an end with that loss to Chalice. Soda Springs hoping their season continues to next week. Cooper Evans checks into the match now to serve for Soda Springs. 21-14 on the Caribou Memorial Hospital scoreboard. As Cooper lines one just over the net. Critchlow stops it up and Parker flings it back over. Evans, Tiamauchi, far side. Sims flies up, back line, long off of the back row. Katie Sims gets a 3rd error. And confusion as whether that was in or out, but I believe it was out. And Soda Springs will watch as it goes now back to, I believe, Hope Morales to serve for, Jessica Jensen to serve for the Lady Bears. Yamauchi sets this one middle. Sims comes up this time back row, dug to the far side by Critchlow, and Katie Sims can't wait to get that 5th point as Reagan Yamauchi gets it to her as it's 22-15, that 7-point edge. Back to serve will be Katie Sims as she earns herself that right to try and get those final 3 points for the Cardinals. Steps up, runs up, fires up, and this one's across. Bateman to Lloyd, sets it middle. Bateman hits one softly. Evans can't get there in time, and Jessica Bateman gets her first kill. Jimmy Lloyd gets her first assist, and Soda Springs sees it remain a 6-point match, 22-16. Goes back to Jessica Bateman to serve as the Bears outside hitter will fling one across. Yamauchi bumps set to the far side for Ledbetter, who just gets one over the net. Played into the middle as Lloyd sets it near side for Parker, who flies up to the net, and she drops down her 2nd kill of the match on the assist from Jimmy Lloyd. 22-17 now, a 5-point match, and back to serve again will be Bateman. Spins the ball, steps up, and lines one to the back row. Evans, poor pass, but played well by Yamauchi, and then Sims and Evans collide as they both go for the ball, then they both pull up from the ball. And Reagan Yamauchi will be tagged with an unfortunate error on a ball that dropped between a pair of her teammates. Bateman to serve again, short. It'll be Franson to Yamauchi, far side. Ledbetter comes up, goes back line, on the back line. Haley Ledbetter's 2 for 2. She hasn't been targeted much, but gets that one to drop down. 23-18 now. The Cardinals regain the 5-point edge as Reagan Yamauchi will move to the back line to serve. Reagan steps up, high serve back row. Bateman set to Lloyd, and it's going to be Parker going back line herself. Carissa Parker gets her third kill. Lloyd, ever since she checked in there to be the setter, and I noticed this when the Cardinals were playing Bear Lake at Bear Lake earlier this week, that she has been the more consistent setter for them. Critchlow sends one long, off of the back line. The libero for the Bear Lake Bears picks up the third service error for Bear Lake. Soda only one service error so far, as their service game has been fairly consistent so far today. Bateman to Eborn to Parker, who flips one short. It'll be Ledbetter to Yamauchi, into the middle. Patterson tries to flip one soft, played by Eborn to the near side. Parker, it'll be blocked at the net. Carissa Parker starting to heat up. 3 straight kills. Jimmy Lloyd with another assist to give her 4, 24-20, and Taylor Myers will check in to the back row for the Cardinals as Franson takes a seat. Goes back once again, and a long serve to the back row, played that time by Lloyd. Yamauchi sets it middle for Hopkins, who drops it short. The tip drops down, and Cedar Hopkins with her first kill closes out the first set. 25-20, Soda Springs wins it. We'll take a break, come back with set number 2, brought to you by Bear Lake Drug on KBRV 800 The Bear, and online with live video streaming at mylocalradio.com.
This presentation of Caribou County Athletics is being brought to you by Crop Production Services of Bancroft. Call 208-648-7891 to learn how to get the best production out of your crops. K-Slot Fever continues at Lalaton's in Soda Springs for the week of October 13th through the 19th. Right now you can grab yourself a case of 48 cans of Western Family tuna fish for $24. Cases of 24 cans of tomato and chicken noodle soup are $12 a piece. If you're looking for canned vegetables, 24 cans of select varieties are still $12, and a case of 24 packs of macaroni and cheese spirals or regular is $6.96. Those are just some of your Lalaton's food specials during K-Slot Fever in Soda Springs.
Imagine a mining company who nurtures butterflies. At Monsanto, we plant wildflower seeds on recently mined land. The flowers support a thriving butterfly population, which then feeds small birds, who are in turn hunted by eagles and hawks. By paying attention to nature's detail, Monsanto sustains a broader ecosystem. That's one reason why 6 federal and state agencies have honored us with their highest award for excellence in annual operations. Monsanto. Imagine.
Welcome back out to the home of the District 5 Championships. The Soda Springs Cardinals off to a good start against the Bear Lake Bears as they take their first set 25-20 to take a 1-0 set lead. The second set coming up, brought to you by Bear Lake Drug, where they have everything you need to get better quick, and they carry durable medical equipment for purchase or rent. That's Bear Lake Drug in Montpelier. Give them a call at 208-847-1421. Third time that Bear Lake and Soda Springs have met so far this year. They split on the regular season. The Soda Springs Cardinals looking to try and take the rubber match of this game, or of this season series between the two sides. And again, off to a very good start, and the offense looking much better. They're splitting the ball around again as Patterson, Ledbetter, Sims, and Hopkins all contributing in the offense when it comes to kills. Evans with an ace, Bartlome with an ace as well to add some more offense to the Cardinals squad. They'll start off with the serve, and Bear Lake started off with a 4-0 run before Haley Ledbetter led the Cardinals back into a lead of 7-4. And so Ledbetter will go back to serve once again to try and go on another early run against these Bears. It's Patterson, Sims, Hopkins on the front row, Yamauchi, Myers, and Ledbetter on the back row. Smiles for the Cardinals as Ledbetter prepares to serve, skips ahead, and fires one on a soft dropping shot to the back line. Far side, Parker, flat-footed, flings one to the near side. Sims to Yamauchi. Back to Sims, tipped at the net, dug up from her knees by Bateman, tipped to the back line by Parker. Great job by Ledbetter reading it, gets it to Yamauchi near side at Sims again, dug up this time by Ramsey and then misplayed outside the lines. Eborn collided with Zoe Wells on the far side as they both went for it, and it's a 1-0 lead for the Cardinals on the Caribou Memorial Hospital scoreboard as Haley Ledbetter goes back to serve once again. Right to left, lines one across, played by Bateman. It'll be set to the middle by Wells, and back line, Eborn can't drop one down as Ledbetter digs it out. Yamauchi sets this one up for Sims. Dug to the middle by Critchlow. To the far side, Parker goes back line. That's just a smidge long off of the back line. The Bears calling for a tip, and the Cardinals will say that they did tip the ball. And so the Bears do get the point. It's all knotted up at 1 apiece on the Caribou Memorial Hospital scoreboard. 1-1. Zoe Wells to serve, sends one across. Patterson to Yamauchi, sets it near side. Sims goes back line, way off the back line. Hard hit ball, but not accurate at all as it goes off the base of the wall. 2-1. Soda Springs down to the Bears in the early going of set number 2. Wells to serve once again. Zoe sends this one just over the net. Ledbetter to Hopkins to Patterson, who frees one across short. Eborn plays it to the middle where Wells passes this one to the far side, and Eborn flings one to the back row with a free ball herself. Yamauchi back to the near side, flies a pass to Sims, dug up by Critchlow. Wells sets it middle, and Eborn flings one into the net. Got a free ball earlier, but couldn't get this free ball to fly across, and Soda Springs evens it back up at 2 points apiece as Bartlome checks into the match for Cedar Hopkins, and Bartlome moves back to serve, the defensive specialist for the Cardinals, playing on the back line with Ledbetter and Myers. Bartlome sends it over. Critchlow to Wells, sets it to the near side as Parker comes up back row, dug up by Ledbetter. Yamauchi to Sims. She hits one softly, played up by Critchlow and freed across to Yamauchi by Zoe Wells. Played for Patterson, and she can't find the back line. Lexi Patterson just a bit off of the line to give Bear Lake a lead once again at 3-2. Cardinals a little bit sluggish coming out here in this set as Parker again will serve one across. Sims to Yamauchi, plays it back in after a poor pass, and it's Patterson to free one across. Wells to the middle. Eborn comes up, tipped at the net. Bartlome to Yamauchi, and another chance as Patterson puts a two-hand fling shot to the back row. It'll be over to Parker, and Eborn frees it back to the Cardinals. Myers to Yamauchi, sets it near side, and Sims tips one short. And Soda Springs, on the smart play by Katie Sims once again, will get themselves back even 3-3 on the Caribou Memorial Hospital scoreboard. Katie Franson to check into the front row once again for Soda Springs as Cooper Evans will move to the back row, replacing Lexi Patterson. Cooper to go right to left, steps up, lines one. Critchlow plays this one to Wells. She'll back set it to Eborn, comes up off the block, played to Ledbetter. Franson gets it to Ledbetter again, who fires one at Jessica Bateman, and Haley's 3 for 3 now. Katie Franson with an assist, and the Cardinals have the 1 point edge as Cooper Evans moves to serve again. Steps forward, lines one short off of the net. Read well by Parker, but to the back line goes Franson on a free ball, and everybody on Bear Lake got called up. Parker left a spot open on the court, and Franson targeted it on the left side to get the Cardinals a 2 point edge. 5-3 as Evans again serves it over. Critchlow leaves this one for Parker, set towards the net, and a ball will not be passed over by Jessica Bateman as the set was too far by Carissa Parker, and Soda Springs goes on the run of 4 now. And Evans will serve the 4th time, matching her number, sends this one into the antenna and the near side, and that will wrap up that service run. But Soda Springs does get out on top. They lead 6-4 on the Caribou Memorial Hospital scoreboard, and it goes back to Haley Eborn to serve. Haley sends it high and tosses it over. It'll be to Sims, to Yamauchi, to Sims again, and a carry is going to be called on Katie Sims as she had her hand on the ball a little bit too long in directing it, and it's once more back to the far side of the court for Eborn. Haley tosses it up again. Back row, Ledbetter to Cooper Evans. Bump set in the middle, and Sims will free this one across. Parker gets it to Wells, to the middle of the court again, and off of the block, and down goes Keisha Weston. Zoe Wells picks up her 4th assist, and it's a 6-all match here in set number 2. Elimination for the losing team. The winner goes on to Wednesday. Evans to Yamauchi, set to the near side as Ledbetter goes off to the backside. Eborn passes this to Wells, far side, flying up is Bateman. Played forward by Ledbetter as Yamauchi sets it near side, and Cooper Evans puts some side spin as this one's dug up on the far side. Bateman gets another chance, winds up and powers one through the block, but dug up by Ledbetter. Near side, Yamauchi sets it up, and Sims flying to the net a little bit late on the run-up, and Bear Lake will answer the Cardinals' 4-0 run with a 4-0 run of their own. They lead at 7-6 now on the Caribou Memorial Hospital scoreboard. Eborn just over the net, gets it to Sims. Yamauchi to the near side as Franson goes back line. Eborn up onto the basketball hoop, waiting for it to roll off. Parker plays it well, and it'll be free to cross by Weston to the Cardinals. Franson to Yamauchi, back to Franson in the middle, tips one short. Wells to Ramsey as Shea sets this one up for Weston, tips it over the block. Bartlome from her knees saves it. Cooper Evans from the back row finds Parker, who digs it up to Wells. To the middle of the court, Weston goes back line, played forward by Ledbetter on a good pass to Yamauchi, sets up Franson again on the back line. Katie Franson's 2 for 2. She's been coming alive for the Soda Springs Cardinals. 7-all on the Caribou Memorial Hospital scoreboard as Katie Sims moves to the back row to serve. Right to left, she will prepare to send this one. She's got an ace to her credit already and will not get one here as it's played well by Weston over to the Cardinals side. Yamauchi to the near side, comes up for Ledbetter, goes cross court, off the net, and down. Haley Ledbetter's 4 for 4. She seems to love playing in this gym so far, as last time she was in this gym, she earned 16 kills. Already up to 4 of them in this match. 8-7, the Cardinals lead in the second set, up 1-0 on the Caribou Memorial Hospital scoreboard. Parker to Critchlow. To Parker for a back row attempt, spun in front of Cooper Evans. Carissa Parker gets her 5th kill now as she continues to roll along well. Critchlow comes away with the assist, and it will be over to, I believe, once again, Jessica Jensen to serve. Wearing the number 27, she steps up and flies one far side. Sims to Yamauchi, sets it middle. Franson comes up into the net. Katie Franson picks up her first error. She still got the 2 kills to go with it, but the match tied once again, and Jessica Jensen goes to the back row once more. Left to right. She'll step twice and fires one across. Sims, back row for Yamauchi, played into the middle. Cooper Evans mistimes her jump. She comes up with an error, trying to put too much onto it instead of just getting it over, and it's a 10-8 score now on the Caribou Memorial Hospital scoreboard. Jessica Jensen again sends it short. That's an ace for Jensen. And Soda Springs has watched as Bear Lake goes on a 5-0 run now. 4 of them on the serve of Jessica Jensen. She moves to the back row once again to send one across. Evans misplays it. A poor hit, and Cooper Evans rattled a bit on the back line. Jensen with back-to-back aces. Evans will check out. They'll put Bartlome back into the match in the back row, as well as Patterson, and it'll be Jensen sending one high and short. Lexi gets it to Yamauchi to the near side. Ledbetter tries a back row attempt. Critchlow to Wells, who frees one across with one hand. Yamauchi into the middle. Sims from the back row off the block and down. Katie Sims ends the run with her 7th kill, and it's 12-9. Soda Springs finally closes off the gap and gets a chance to get some points as Reagan Yamauchi moves to the back row to serve for the Cardinals. 12-9, Bear Lake on top in the Bear Lake Drug second set as Yamauchi flings one over. Critchlow to Wells to the near side. Bateman comes up, drops one off onto the backside with a high shot. Yamauchi gets a chance to Ledbetter, goes back line. Critchlow, one-handed attempt to save it, goes to Bateman to the net, blocked at the net and punched over by Franson. Played by Wells to the far side. Bateman goes cross court. Right there's Patterson as Franson stays out of the net, and it'll be a tip and running up and over and hitting it over the net. Keisha Weston tops the net and gets the Cardinals a point. 12-10. Soda Springs again to serve with Reagan Yamauchi. She flies one deep. Critchlow to Wells, sets it near side. Bateman tips one softly. Franson to Cedar Hopkins, who flips one across. Wendy Parker wanting a call for a lift. The Cardinals will have another chance now as Cedar Hopkins sets this one up for Franson. Tipped. Critchlow to the net. Back set over to the Cardinals side. Yamauchi gets it to Hopkins again to the near side. Ledbetter goes back line. Parker there on the soft shot. Plays it forward to Wells. Into the middle. Keisha Weston back to Ledbetter again. Yamauchi to the near side. Haley another chance on the back line. Critchlow to Wells. To the far side, Bateman. They're passing it all around on the Bear Lake side. They go to Ledbetter a third time. She tips it soft. Dug to the Cardinals side again. Huge rally here for these two teams for momentum. Franson finally drops one down and comes up with the kill. Soda Springs went 3 times to Ledbetter and finally said, all right, we'll find someone new. And Franson comes up for the call. 12-11. They come away with the point, get it back within 1. Reagan Yamauchi continues the service run. This will be her 3rd serve. Sends one high to the back row. Critchlow to Wells. Passes it middle, and Bateman frees one across. Sims up to Yamauchi. Sets it to the near side. Ledbetter goes cross court softly. Bateman to Wells. Back to Bateman on the far side. Goes down the line. Sims plays it to Yamauchi on a good dig, and the pass will set up Ledbetter with a chance to kill. Can't drop it down. Far side Bateman again for the Bears. Dug up by Sims. Yamauchi sets it middle for Franson, who flat-footedly sends it to the back line. Was going out. Critchlow gets it to Jessica Jensen, and Critchlow then frees it across after a pass to her. Cedar Hopkins to the middle. It'll be Ledbetter going back line on the corner. Long rallies for these two teams, but the Soda Springs Cardinals coming up with some big points on those long rallies as they will send it back to Reagan again to serve. And Shea Ramsey will check to the back row for the Bears. Reagan sends one short. Critchlow digs it too far over, outside the lines, on the line. Critchlow gets the kill on a free ball, or the ace that or the serve that went over, and she was able to get lucky enough as to where she placed it. 13-12, Bear Lake retains the lead of 1 here in the second set. Bateman steps up. Jessica fires it just off the net. Reagan keeps it alive on a quick reaction play, and Ledbetter will free this one across. Played by Ramsey to Wells to the middle. It's Keisha Weston tipping it down, blocked by Franson, powered down on the play by Ledbetter, then freed just over the net. Cardinals will get it into the net once again as Ledbetter picks up her first error of the match on a ball that just barely cleaned it over. And it's 14-12 as Bateman will again serve it over. Bateman steps up, sends one across to the back line. And Jessica Bateman picks up her first service error. The Bears already with 4 service errors. The Cardinals only with 2. As again, their serving game, which has been one of their downfalls so far this year, has been very, very good on the day through all 3 matches. Franson again, Lewis steps in to serve for the first time in this set. Wells tries to dump one across, played to Patterson, goes back line, punched towards the net and sent over and across by Keisha Weston. Yamauchi to the near side, comes to Haley, goes back line, powers one off of Jessica Bateman. Haley Ledbetter up to 6 kills now as she has found that rhythm. 6 kills and 1 error. It's 14 all on the Caribou Memorial Hospital scoreboard midway through this second set. Cardinals up 1-0 on the Bears in the elimination game. Critchlow to Wells to Parker, who tips one softly to Yamauchi. Cedar Hopkins a chance to set it back row for Sims. It goes back line too strong for Katie Sims, who's been targeted a lot but has not come up with fantastic results. She's got 7 errors and 7 kills. Good amount of kills, but you'd like to see a few less errors. It goes to Critchlow to serve as the libero moves to the back row. Subbing in, Taylor Myers will check back in for Lewis, who takes a seat on the bench. 15-14, Bear Lake continuing to cling to that lead of 1. Critchlow runs up, fires one just over. Sims to Yamauchi, and it'll be Sims to free one just over the net, powered down, and dropping it on to the other side is Haley Eborn for her 3rd kill. 16-14, the Bears again go back up by 2. Critchlow to serve again. Steps back, runs forward, and sends it into the bottom of the net. Maddie Critchlow, another service error. And for the second time in a row, the Bears get a point and then serve it away with a ball that can't find its way over or goes too long. 16-15, Ledbetter to run up and fire one short. Played by Parker. Wells sets this one far side. Parker flies up, tipped at the net. Haley Ledbetter passes it to Reagan Yamauchi, and Sims frees this one across. Critchlow to Wells, into the middle. Eborn flies up, tips one long off of the block and outside of the lines. Haley Eborn, 4th kill of this match. Zoe Wells up to 5 assists, and Soda Springs will see it go back to a 2-point lead for the Bears. Bear Lake trying to get this match evened up at a set apiece. Evans to Ledbetter, near side. It'll be set down and inside of the lines, but outside of the antenna by Katie Sims, and a point back over to the Lady Bears. 18-15, and Wells to serve again. High serve and short. Patterson can't play that one well. It's an ace to Zoe Wells, and Bear Lake has their setter giving them 4 points on aces, and it's a 4-point lead for the Lady Bears. As Wells again to serve. Expect a timeout if the Bears score a point here. Patterson to Yamauchi. And Sims will miss-hit this ball, but somehow whiffs on it, but drops it in front of Bateman. And Katie picks up her 8th kill. Yamauchi up to 15 assists, 19-16. Bartlemay to check in as Cedar Hopkins takes a seat on the bench. Cardinals within 3, 19-16. Bartlemay again to serve. As Wells checks out, Lloyd back into the game for the Lady Bears. Wells sends one across. Lloyd sets it near side. Parker goes cross court right there. Bartlome gets this one to Yamauchi. Middle set for Patterson, who flings one down, but Parker gets to the ball first. Parker sets this one up. Lloyd sets it up to her. Cardinals dig it out with Ledbetter, and a free ball back to the far side, cleared by Bartlome. Far side, set up Eborn. Drops one to Ledbetter again, set to the near side as Sims goes cross court. That one dug up by Critchlow. Good defense being played by the Bears. Cardinals answering right back, though, as Ledbetter digs out another Parker hit to the near side. Sims off of the net. Dug too strong to the Cardinals side. Sims another point to the Cardinals score as they get back within two, 17-19. Down on the Caribou Memorial Hospital scoreboard, and Bartlome will serve this one across again. Critchlow. Back set by Lloyd, and Parker has to free this one over to Bartlome. She sets up Reagan for a chance to get the ball to Patterson. Ball dug to the far side, inside the lines though, and Jimmy Lloyd gets her first kill on a ball that was just dug to the Cardinals' no-man land. 20-17 now, Cardinals down by 3. Again, if the Bears score a point here, I would expect a timeout, but it's a good time for Patterson to get a good pass. Yamauchi sets up Sims, back row, cross court. Katie Sims up to 10 kills now, and the Soda Springs Cardinals remain within 2, 20-18, and it will be to Cooper Evans to serve. Katie Franson to the front row to play for Taylor Myers. Evans sends one to the back line. Critchlow back sets to the near side. It's Eborn hard into the net for another error. She's got 4 kills, but she's added 7 errors to it, and a timeout taken by Coach Wendy Parker to talk things over. I was expecting a timeout in this set, but it comes from a source I was not expecting it from, but a good timeout as well. This set being brought to you by Bear Lake Drug, where they have everything you need to get better quick, and they carry durable medical equipment for purchase or rent. That's Bear Lake Drug in Montpelier. Give them a call at 208-847-1421. Soda Springs so far has been again finding the big 3 in Katie Sims, Haley Ledbetter, and Lexi Patterson. Katie Franson again making a dent as well, as she has 3 kills, the second leading hitter on the team in this match so far. Defensively, the Cardinals' blocking has seen a little bit of a step back, but their passing game has been very solid in the middle and late portion of this second set as they find themselves down by 1, 19-20 on the Caribou Memorial Hospital scoreboard, looking for a 2-0 set lead. That would give them a huge step forward in taking down the Bears here on this Saturday night. Cooper Evans to serve out of the timeout, sends it to the far side. Played by Bateman to Lloyd, back set to Eborn, who flings one to the back row. Bartlome to Yamauchi. She sets it to the near side as Sims comes up, stuffed at the net. Eborn with the stuff block, and Haley gets the first block of the match for the Lady Bears. 21-19, and Eborn earns the serve. It's back to the front row goes Keisha Weston. Lloyd to the back line. And Eborn sends one to the back row of the Cardinals. Sims digs it too far over the net, played over to the Cardinals side. Franson to Yamauchi, sets up for Franson. It's tipped into the block, and a lift called on Keisha Weston will keep Franson from getting the kill, but Weston will pick up the error, and the Cardinals pick up the point. 21-20, and Katie Sims another chance to serve this one across. From right to left she'll go. Runs up, fires one over, played by Parker. It'll be West Lloyd setting it near side. Ramsey sends one softly, but Cooper Evans right there. Yamauchi to Ledbetter, goes cross court. Bateman digs it out on the far side, gets set back up by Lloyd and hits it into the net. Jessica Bateman watches as the Cardinals come back to tie it up at 21 apiece, as Coach Wendy Parker for the Lady Bears calling to her girls to dig deep. Cardinals looking to try and take the lead. It'll be a chance for Sims to serve to the near side. Critchlow passes forward. Lloyd into the middle. Sets up Weston, who tips one short. Dug to the far side and outside of the lines. And it goes as a kill for Keisha Weston, her third. And that will also see Jessica Jensen checking back in to serve for the Lady Bears. 22-21 the score on the Caribou Memorial Hospital scoreboard. Left to right. It'll be Jessica to serve. Into the net she goes. She had 2 aces last time she went on a run, this time an error, and we're knotted up at 22 again. Cardinals with both of their timeouts left. The Lady Bears with 1. Count that as important in a tight match here in the late going. Yamauchi to Parker. Parker gets set up on the far side from the back row, dug up by Sims as Yamauchi sets it to the near side, and it'll be a chance for Ledbetter. Dug up by Franson, and a free ball from Ledbetter sent to the back corner. Critchlow towards the front of the net. Lloyd sets it middle for Weston, tips it short. Right there's Ledbetter as Yamauchi gets it back to Haley, who tips one short herself and down. And the Cardinals take the lead 23-22. Haley with her 7th kill, and Soda Springs 2 points away from a 2-0 set lead. Reagan to serve once again. Steps up, high serve, back row. Parker gets this one to Lloyd. She'll set it far side for Parker, who flees one softly. It'll be Yamauchi to Hopkins, and Franson clips the cords as it's dug right back over to the Cardinals. Sims lays out to keep it alive. Cooper Evans frees one across and short. Dug towards the net, at the net, jousted for, but into the net goes Jimmy Lloyd. That'll be her first net violation. The Cardinals up 24-22, and a timeout taken by the Lady Bears. And the Cardinals have a set point after coming back from down big in this set. Trying to make this match a classic one for the Cardinals and get them into the second day of the district tournament for the first time in quite a while, as Soda Springs has not had a volleyball team that has been necessarily the most competitive for several years, but this team is definitely changing that around and has a chance to try and get themselves into the play-in game. 24-22 as the Cardinals fans trying to make some noise. A couple of students have made the trip down, and a lot of parents have made the trip down as well. 24-22 as the Cardinal fans making some noise over the Bears. All timeouts used by the Bears. Cardinals have 2 set points. Yamauchi to serve once again at 24-22 on the Caribou Memorial Hospital scoreboard. Service short. Critchlow to Lloyd into the middle, and Parker will free one short. Ledbetter gets it to Yamauchi to the near side. Ledbetter again tips it softly. Dug off onto the Cardinal side. Yamauchi to Hopkins. Franson hits one with top spin down, but Ramsey there to dig it out. Far side, Parker flips one to the back row again. Yamauchi to Hopkins. Sets it up for Franson. Tips it softly again. Dug to the far side. Sims gets it to Yamauchi as Reagan sets up Ledbetter. This time cross court and down. Haley Ledbetter's 8th kill gets the Cardinals a 2-0 set lead on the Caribou Memorial Hospital scoreboard. 25-22. They take the second set. We'll be heading to a third back after this on KBRV 800 The Bear and online with live video streaming at mylocalradio.com.
This presentation of Caribou County Athletics is being brought to you by State Farm Insurance of Montpelier, Idaho. State Farm is here to help life go right. Call Scott at 208-847-0141 for personal service.
Get it to go at Patterson Quick Stop in Soda Springs and Patterson Easy Way in Grace, Idaho. From pizza to potato wedges, from burritos to the jalapeno flavored corn dogs, from candy, clothing, car accessories, and fountain drinks, convenience is fun. And Patterson Quick Stop and Patterson Easy Way help to fill your needs conveniently. They have something for everyone: food, fuel, and fun at Patterson Quick Stop in Soda Springs and Patterson Easy Way in Grace. Right here, right now.
Whether it's warm outside and you need an air conditioning system, or cold outside and you need a new natural gas furnace, Reed's Plumbing and Heating has what you need to keep your family comfortable, and there's never been a better time to convert to natural gas. With great service and expertise, Reed's is your all-weather friend in southeastern Idaho. Call us today, 208-547-4466, and we'll get right to work making your home comfortable and cozy. That's Reed's Plumbing and Heating at 208-547-4466. Natural gas, it's worth asking for.
Hi, I'm Todd Hunziker. Most dealers focus on the experience you have just a few moments that you're in their store. At Hunziker Ford, we want to keep you happy forever, and to prove it, we offer warranty forever at no cost to you. So here's the deal. All you have to do is follow the maintenance schedule on virtually anything you buy from us, and the expensive powertrain components are covered forever. That's Todd Hunziker Ford, just east of Lava Hot Springs on Highway 30. It's just that simple.
Welcome back out to the third set. Soda Springs up 2-0. They took the first set 25-20, the second set 25-22. And the Bears will send out Maddie Critchlow for Keisha Weston as they prepare to serve, and it will be Zoe Wells to send it across to the Cardinals. Now, again, this is dangerous territory for the Cardinals. as the Bears have shown that they can come back from down 2-0 against Soda Springs. They've done it once already this year. It'll be Zoe Wells to try and work their way towards returning that feat once more. As the serve comes across, Patterson, good pass to Yamauchi. Lexi gets set up on the far side, tipped at the net. Eborn to the back line, free to cross to the Cardinals. Ledbetter to Yamauchi, far side. Ledbetter goes on the near side, and it'll be played to Eborn to the near side. Parker flips one to the back row. Myers to Yamauchi, far side. Ledbetter goes cross court, dug to the far side, played into the middle, and free to cross by Critchlow. Great scramble by the Bears as Yamauchi sets this one for Patterson. Back line too strong. Good rally by the Bears just to keep that one going as the Cardinals put them into some awkward positions. I'll take that any day if you're the Cardinals, as that was a energy expending point for the Bears, and the Cardinals will get the ball back anyways as Zoe Wells, despite her 4 aces, picks up her first service error. Bear Lake with 7 service errors now and just starting the 3rd set. It'll go back to Haley Ledbetter to serve now as she fires one to the back line. Played across by Ramsey. Yamauchi to Hopkins, sets it far side. Sims tips it short, played by Wells. It'll be Ramsey to the far side, set up for Wells, who frees one high into the air. Patterson too far on the dig, and you cannot set Carissa Parker up, but you can on that one as she ends up catching the net. And a hard kill will go for naught. The Cardinals get the point, 2-1 on the Caribou Memorial Hospital scoreboard. The net violation gives Soda Springs the ball and will keep Haley Ledbetter serving in the back line. Serve comes up and over. Dug too far, and this time Patterson hits it down over to the far side. A lift is going to be called on Zoe Wells on the far side. Her first error, and Soda Springs rides 3 straight points to a 3-1 lead on the Caribou Memorial Hospital scoreboard. Goes once more to Ledbetter to serve on the backside. Runs up, fires it across. Played by Critchlow to the net. Wells can't get it into the air, and she picks up back-to-back errors. Soda Springs up 4-1 now on the Caribou Memorial Hospital scoreboard. And Ledbetter will go to the far side to serve once again. 5th serve for Haley. Sent across. Played into the middle by Wells, and a free ball by Ramsey. No, a hard hit by Ramsey will be blocked at the net. Patterson combining with Hopkins on the near side. 5-1, and another chance for Haley Ledbetter to serve as they try to break the spirits of the Lady Bears here early in set number 3. Ball sent across. Critchlow digs this one too far and completely mishitting it is Katie Sims at the net. She had a free ball opportunity to dump it down and could not get a hand onto it as she mistimed her jump. And for Katie Sims, she's got 10 kills, but give her 9 errors to go with those 10 kills. 5-2, Cardinals up by 3. Carissa Parker to serve, back row. Ledbetter to Cooper Evans, and Sims will free this one across to the far side. Wells to Ramsey, sets it middle. Eborn comes up, flies one to the back row, and Ledbetter gets it to Yamauchi. Far side, Sims, this time back line, hard dig, and it's going to be played over by Critchlow. Patterson ends up flipping it across. A double hit's going to be called on Shea Ramsey on the kill attempt coming from Patterson as she tried to punch it up, mishit it, punched it again, and it's 6-2. The Cardinals back up by 4. Alexa Bartolome to serve. Stands on the back line. Spins the ball to herself several times before stepping up and firing it across. Critchlow to Eborn. Set to the middle of the court and hitting it into the net. Shea Ramsey gets an error again. That's her 2nd in a row. Soda Springs riding the mistakes of the Lady Bears to a 7-2 lead. Goes back once again to Bartolome. She fires one over. Bateman to Wells, set to the near side as Bateman comes up and fires one long. Yamauchi sets this one to the middle as Patterson goes back row herself. Parker, good pass into the air. Wells sets up Parker from the back line. Played up into the air and a good dig by Ledbetter. To the far side, Sims this time tips it short, and a poor dig on the play coming from Shea Ramsey gets Katie Sims her 11th kill, and Soda Springs will force the Lady Bears into a timeout. 8-2, Soda Springs on top on the Caribou Memorial Hospital scoreboard as they are working their way easily towards this 3rd set victory. This 3rd set being brought to you by Bassett Building and Supply in Soda Springs, where they provide a wide variety of building supplies, including lumber, paint, hardware, and more. Call them at 208-547-3804 and go get them, Lady Cardinals. The Cardinals, the last team in Caribou County alive, and are only 17 points away from making it to Wednesday and next week, where they would have an opportunity to play against the Westside Pirates, you would guess, or the Malad Dragons in that first round, and that would be a game to decide who is going to go to the state championships or the play-in game and who is not going to go. And the Cardinals will be looking to try and get some momentum against Westside, if it was Westside, as they've lost their last 3 matches to the Lady Pirates. Bartlome to serve here, though, against the Bears. This is where the focus is and where it should be, as Alexa, the senior, steps forward and will line one into the net out of the timeout. Bartlome with an error, only the 3rd service error, though, in the match for the Soda Springs Cardinals, coming in the middle of the 3rd set, as Haley Eborn will go back to serve again. Eborn rocks up and fires one across. Ledbetter to Yamauchi, sets it in the middle as Haley frees one to the back row herself. Wells to the net, and Patterson getting lucky on that one, as it was almost a violation on her for reaching too far over, but she will get the little tip kill, and that goes as Lexi's 3rd kill. Goes over to Cooper Evans to serve. Line drive to the back row. Critchlow to Wells, to the near side Bateman, who mishits one to the free ball across, and that'll be a lift. You could tell her fingers broke back, and Bateman picks up her 3rd straight error without a kill. 10-3, the Cardinals up by 7, continuing to pull away from the Lady Bears. Cooper Evans to serve, sends one across to the back row. Critchlow to Wells, to the near side. Bateman blocked at the net. It ends up finding its way outside of the lines, and the point will go over to the Bears on the kill by Bateman. Another assist to Zoe Wells, 10-4 on the Caribou Memorial Hospital scoreboard. Shea Ramsey to serve, steps up, fires one to the near side. Evans to Yamauchi, sets it middle. Katie Sims, and the back line will see Critchlow misplay this one, and Katie Sims gets another kill. That's her 12th, as the Cardinals really starting to find her, and she has, in her last 6 attempts, come up with 5 kills. 11-4 now, up to a 7-point edge. Sims back to serve as she earns herself the right to send it across. Bateman to Wells. Back row set for Critchlow. It'll be free to cross, where Bartlome passes it to Yamauchi. Reagan sets it far side as Ledbetter comes up with a kill that ends up taking the back line of the Bears by storm on a soft hit, as everybody lost their footing, and it goes 12-4. Katie Sims to serve again, as Katie will run herself forward and lines one to the back row. Played up by Bateman. Wells gets this one back to a flaying over by Bateman, where Cooper Evans sets it for Franson to the back line. Ramsey plays it up to Critchlow. Parker, free ball off to the back line. Bartlome gets it to Yamauchi as she sets up Haley on the backside. Dug up by Parker once again. Wells to the far side. A free ball flung across by Keisha Weston. Yamauchi gets it back, finds Ledbetter. Backside on the cross-court attempt off of Parker and down. Haley Ledbetter up to 10 kills. 2 Cardinals in double figures as they lead 13-4. Almost a 9-point edge midway through the 2nd set. And it'll be Sims once more to serve. The score matching her number. And a timeout's going to be taken by the Lady Bears as they want to talk things over on their side. Soda Springs continuing to start pulling away here in this 3rd set, being brought to you by Bassett Building and Supply in Soda Springs, where they provide a wide variety of building supplies, including lumber, paint, hardwood, and much more. Call them at 208-547-3804. Go get them, Lady Cardinals. Soda Springs, again, looking to play on Wednesday, as that would be their first time into the 2nd round of the District 5 tournament, I believe, in about 5 years. You gotta remember, they did have a team that ended up going to state and taking 3rd in the state championship several years ago, but that was back, I believe, in 2011 when that team ended up going to the state championships. Here, they have a 13-4 lead as Katie Sims goes to the back row to serve for Soda Springs. Spins the ball in her left hand, looks up to the officials, and the whistle blows for Sims to run up. 9-point edge, and Critchlow passes it forward for the Bears, trying to crack into the score. Parker from the back line finds the back line, tipped by the Cardinals, and Parker will end up getting herself a kill. That's her 6th, 5 in a row. Wells continues to find her teammate in the back row, 13-5. And another chance for Bateman to serve. Steps up, strides forward, over the net. Tough serve, good dig as Yamauchi sets it up for Ledbetter, who flies one back row. Critchlow to Lloyd, into the middle. Weston well outside of the line, hit it off the side of her hand, and Keisha Weston comes up with another error for the Cardinals, or for the Bears, excuse me, and another point for the Cardinals, 14-5. Again, the Cardinals trying to ride some Bear mistakes into this one and into the lead, as they'll be to the near side. Lloyd sets up Parker, pounded into the net. Carissa Parker ends that run of 5 straight kills, and the Cardinals take a 10-point lead, looking to sweep the Cardinals or the Bears in the final set of the year, in the final match of the year with the Bears, as that's what it would be. Ball sent over again. Bateman to Lloyd, back to Bateman. She mishits it, and you're starting to see body language on the Bears' side, starting to slump some shoulders, starting to get some exasperated looks on their eyes, and the body language can tell what's happening to a team on the court. They're losing some hope, is what it seems. Lloyd sets it to the near side for Parker. She hits it into the block. That ought to fire up a couple of the Lady Bears, as Jimmy Lloyd finds Carissa Parker and makes it a 10-point match once again. 16-6. And Maddie Critchlow will serve it across and gets the ace. That's all it could take to try and get some momentum. 16-7 now. The Cardinals need to cut this in the bud. You don't want to give the Bears any opportunities. And Critchlow again runs herself forward and sends one to the back row. Sims to the near side. That one is going to be another ace. Back-to-back aces by Maddie Critchlow. And the Bears climb back within 3 points of where it was. It had been an 11-point edge. Now it's an 8-point edge. Critchlow to serve again, right to left, runs up and fires one across. Sims, poor pass to the far side, but Hopkins there. Evans comes up from the back line, blocked by Eborn and freed back across. Eborn flings one into the net. She had a poor set and a poor hit into the net, and the Cardinals go back up by 9, 17-8. So close to closing it out, but it feels like an eternity for these final 8 points. It's been a long night, and the Cardinals hoping to ride it to victories. Lewis can't keep the run going as she picks up her first service error of this match. 4 service errors, though, not a bad number by the Cardinals. In fact, one of their best numbers of the season when it comes to serving. As into the game, Jocelyn Quintero, who has not played much this year, will check into the front row to be the setter, wearing that brace on her ACL. As Lloyd serves one across. Sims, Tiamauchi, far side, Patterson pounds it into the net. Lexi Patterson gets another error. She has not had a good match in this one against Bear Lake. It's a 7-point edge. 17-10. And Lloyd again to serve as Jimmy lines one way off of the back line, chasing the line judge off. And Jimmy Lloyd picks up her first service error for the Lady Bears. Again, their serving game has attributed to 8 points for the Cardinals through the match. 18-10, Cardinals up. When Ledbetter serves it over. Parker to Lloyd. Back sets it for Parker. Into the block, but gets it to drop down. Carissa Parker to her 8th kill. She hasn't given up on her teammates, and it's an 18-11 score. A 7-point lead for the Cardinals on the Caribou Memorial Hospital scoreboard. Another serve across. Ledbetter to Hopkins to Patterson, who sends one softly to Parker. Into the middle, Lloyd scrambles through a crowd to get the ball back over to the Cardinals side. Yamauchi sets it far side for Sims, who goes off of the net and down. Katie Sims, another kill. She gets to her 13th kill now of the match. 24 assists for Reagan Yamauchi, 19-11, as Cedar Hopkins will check out and Bartolome will check in for the serve. Alexa moves to the back line, left to right. She'll prepare to send it. Stares across, steps up, and Parker passes it to Lloyd to the backside. Eborn finds the back line. Sorry, I got caught up there in a moment of awe as the Cardinals all shifted to the left, expected to go line. Instead, she goes cross court, and Eborn again comes up with the kill. Another assist to Lloyd as Eborn will serve. Line drive back row, misplayed by the Cardinals. That's an ace for Eborn. The Lady Bears, for all their hitting errors, have come up with 9 aces. 8 service errors, 9 aces, and the Cardinals lead trimmed to 6, 19-13. Ball to the back row. Sims to Reagan as she sets up Sims to the backside. Tipped over the block, and the back row slow to respond as Katie Sims gets her 14th kill now. And the Lady Cardinals up by 7, 20-13. I don't think that there are any timeouts left for the Bears in this match, as all Wendy Parker can do is watch her team from the sidelines as Cooper Evans frees one over. Played into the air. Bateman to Lloyd. Back row Parker goes back line to the Cardinals. It'll be Yamauchi to the far side. Evans comes up, flings one to the back row. Lloyd to Critchlow, passes one forward, and Parker frees one across again. Bartlome to Yamauchi, sets one to the middle of the back row as Ledbetter goes back line. Parker gets it ahead for the Bears. To the near side, Lloyd sets up Bateman, back line. Ledbetter able to pass into the air. It'll be Bartlome to the far side as Sims frees one across to Critchlow. Played by Lloyd to the far side, and it's a hard hit to the back line, off of the back line. Unable to keep it in that time is number 15 of the Lady Bears. That is Jocelyn Quintero with the error. And 21-13 sees Cooper Evans free this one across. Lloyd to the middle. It'll be freed over by Bateman on a soft shot. Evans to Yamauchi, scrambles to get it to Bartlome, who flings one to the back corner. On the right side, Parker passes it. It'll be Lloyd to the near side, who goes to Bateman. Long shot dug up by the Cardinals. Sims at the net, rolls the net, climbs across the net, and drops down. Katie Sims with 5 straight kills, 15 kills on the night, and it's a 22-13 lead. The Cardinals looking to find these last 3 points with Cooper Evans at the serve. Critchlow to the net. Lloyd sends one across to the Cardinals as Sims passes it to Reagan. She gets it back to Franson in the middle, who hooks one down, and Soda Springs rides Katie Franson's 4th kill to another point. And they are now 2 away, 23-13 from a date on Wednesday for more matches. As the ball served to Critchlow. Lloyd back sets it for Parker. She hits it into the net again. And the Cardinals have set point for this squad at 24-23. Bear Lake needing a miracle to keep things moving. Cooper Evans to serve, steps up, fires over, and it's passed into the air to Lloyd. To the near side, Bateman to free it across, gets it to Bartlome. The Cardinals to Yamauchi, to the far side, Sims, back row dug up by Parker. Played over on the far side, Lloyd, and a free ball from Quintero. Ledbetter to Yamauchi, she sets up Sims again, climbs the cords and down. 6 straight kills for Katie Sims, and the Cardinals ride her 16 kills to a victory in set number 3. They take it by a final score 25-13 to sweep the Lady Bears out of the District 5 tournament. We take a break, come back, and we'll wrap up your postgame. We'll wrap up a busy day of volleyball for the Cardinals, which included 11 sets of volleyball back on this wonderful day for the Cardinals as they are a happy team on the court.
This presentation of Caribou County Athletics is being brought to you by Arctic Circle of Soda Springs, where you can get burgers made from premium Black Angus beef, as well as fries and onion rings with their delicious fry sauce. Be sure to top it all off with a soft serve cone piled high and dipped with their delicious chocolate topping.
If you're looking for live local sports, local news, weather, live classifieds, and free photo downloads, search no more. MyLocalRadio.com has what you want. Watch your teams live or browse the tens of thousands of photographs of Wyoming, Utah, and Idaho high school events, from speech and drama competitions, rodeo, an array of different athletics, activities, community events, and so much more. Visit MyLocalRadio.com today and find what you're looking for.
When the time comes, you'll want true compassion balanced with clinical care for your mom or dad, grandma or grandpa. Edgewood Assisted Living Center in Soda Springs provides a warm, caring, and secure environment for individuals who need medication assistance, healthy meals, and assistance with daily activities. You can help by introducing them to our Assisted Living Center. Come on in for a tour and consultation. Find out about our monthly move-in specials and respite visits. Furnished suites are available. Call 208-547-0257. The Edgewood Assisted Living Center in Soda Springs, Idaho, a place to call home. When the time comes, you'll want true compassion balanced.
Imagine a mining company who nurtures butterflies. At Monsanto, we plant wildflower seeds on recently mined land. The flowers support a thriving butterfly population, which then feeds small birds, who are in turn hunted by eagles and hawks. By paying attention to nature's detail, Monsanto sustains a broader ecosystem. That's one reason why 6 federal and state agencies have honored us with their highest award for excellence in annual operations. Monsanto. Imagine.
K-Slot fever continues at Lalaton's in Soda Springs for the week of October 13th through the 19th. Right now, you can grab yourself a case of 48 cans of Western Family tuna fish for $24. Cases of 24 cans of tomato and chicken noodle soup are $12 a piece. If you're looking for canned vegetables, 24 cans of select varieties are still $12, and a case of 24 packs of macaroni and cheese spirals or regular is $6.96. Those are just some of your Lalaton's food specials during K-Slot Fever in Soda Springs.
Get it to go at Patterson Quick Stop in Soda Springs and Patterson Easy Way in Grace, Idaho. From pizza to potato wedges, from burritos to the jalapeno flavored corn dogs, from candy, clothing, car accessories, and fountain drinks, convenience is fun. And Patterson Quick Stop and Patterson Easy Way help to fill your needs conveniently. They have something for everyone: food, fuel, and fun at Patterson Quick Stop in Soda Springs and Patterson Easy Way in Grace. Right here, right now.
So pretty here.
Katie's away at college.
There's the library.
But she can still be close to her mom back home. Travis is working on a big report. High-speed internet puts a world of information at his fingertips. Silver Star Communications provides connections that help students learn and keep families close, even when they're miles apart. Get your family in touch and informed with high-speed internet from Silver Star Communications. Call today or visit silverstar.com.
Welcome back out to the home of the Soda Springs Cardinals, as they made it their home, I should say, against the Bear Lake Bears, winning in 3 sets over Bear Lake. In order to survive and advance, we're going to make this a quick post-game show once again, as we got stuff to pack up, and we'll be back on the air again on the next week, as they will be here on Wednesday. Thursday, we're actually going to be on the air as well. We have a sports update to get to as well. But first, our setter of the game brought to you by Stoddard Farms. You can visit their website at stoddardfarms.com and find great recipes as well as tips on how to store your potatoes and keep them fresh and sprout free. You can also visit their Facebook page at Stoddard Farms in Grace, bringing you quality Idaho potatoes. And our setter of the game, again, Reagan Yamauchi for the second time, ends up coming up with that award. 28 assists in the match, as she helped out Katie Sims to her 16 kills in the match, 10 kills for Haley Ledbetter to help the Cardinals out as well. Blocker of the game brought to you by Bear Lake Drug in Montpelier, where they have all of your prescription needs. Visit their gift shop as well for the perfect surprise for that special someone. Bear Lake Drug is a small-town pharmacy that gives you world-class service and brings you your blocker of the game, who is Lexi Patterson. Once again, a fantastic night here overall, as she ends up coming up with 18 blocks on the night as a total. So those are your awards, brought to you again by Stoddard Farms and Bear Lake Drug. We're going to send into our sports update with Morgan Wood from the cross-country team on KBRV 800 The Bear and online at mylocalradio.com. Caleb Burgraff joined here with freshman Morgan Wood from the Soda Springs cross-country team. And Morgan, to start things off, what's your first year of cross-country at the high school level been like?
Well, at first I thought it was going to be really hard because I knew we ran a lot more than in middle school. But it really helps to be with these other teammates of mine that help me push myself and to do my best.
When you talk about those other teammates, the freshman class here has been fantastic this season. Is it nice when you see girls that are at your same level running faster and keeping you competitive?
Yeah, it just helps me want to be as good as them and train harder so I can be just like them and do better for myself and compete harder.
You've been floating up and down on the JV side of things as far as finding a spot where you're going to be finishing up on there. What are some of the things that you've been noticing you've been doing better in races that have helped you kind of build yourself towards the top of the JV standings?
I try to focus on one spot that I think would be good for me and try and keep the same pace as the people who are in front of me so I can stay with them and hopefully find a kick at the end of the finish line.
Are there any courses so far this year that you've run outside of the one here at Soda Springs that you've really enjoyed and really had some of your better times out at?
The last Pocatello race, I PR'd by 26 seconds. I liked that one. It was kind of hard to run in the rain, though, but I really enjoyed that one.
When you get to go out into the rain like that, what does that bring to running? Because going against the elements isn't something that you normally get to do. Is that something you enjoy doing with the mix-up, or is that something that makes it tougher?
I don't really like running in the rain. I feel like I do better in the heat. Running in the rain, it kind of made me want to be done faster because I was freezing cold.
Looking at this Bob Conley invite that you guys were just at, a lot of teams there. What was it like running in that big of a pack, not just in the race, but also just being there and that many kids throughout the day?
It helped me feel better about my place when I saw what my place was, knowing that there was 62 teams there and placing pretty well. I felt good about it.
We'll wrap it up with just a couple more questions. Who are some of the girls that you've really looked up to as far as the older girls on the team this year that you've really tried to keep pace with and really looked up to in practice?
Well, JC Young helps push me a lot. I ran with her once in the summer, and I just knew I wanted to try and keep up with her and be like her.
You have one more meet coming up for the JV side of things, then districts are coming up as well. What do you want to do? What's kind of a goal that you've set for yourself in this last meet of the year?
Well, I hope I can PR again, and I hope I can just keep improving and show that I could be on maybe varsity next year or top of JV.
Morgan, I appreciate you taking the time to talk. Congratulations on what's been a good year for you so far, and hopefully we'll talk about more good seasons to come.
Thank you.
The district meet for cross country is coming up for the Soda Springs Cardinals, and we're going to wish them the best of luck. We'll have Coaches Corners coming up next week with the cross country team. I want to thank you for tuning into the Cardinal Postgame Show. The proceeding has been a sports production and sports broadcast of Old West Media Incorporated and Cook Brothers Broadcasting. No portion of this production can be used or rebroadcast without express written consent of Old West Media Incorporated. Once again, our final score on today's Caribou Memorial Hospital scoreboard: the Cardinals go 2-1, winning the first match in 4 sets, losing the second match in 4 sets, and then sweeping Bear Lake to survive and advance in the district tournament, where they will take on West Side on Wednesday at 4 o'clock. We will be on the air right here from Malad High School at 3:40. Tonight's executive producer is Val Cook. I'd also like to thank our sales team of Julie Burley and Kim Miller, as well as Kayleen Anderson and Warren Cook. I also want to thank the wonderful coaching staff at Soda Springs High School for helping me out and giving me access to the players. Until our next broadcast, let's go Cardinals, let's go Caribou County.
Another game is in the books, and we would like to thank you for tuning in and supporting Caribou County Volleyball on KBRV 800 The Bear. This broadcast has been brought to you by
Monsanto, Hunsaker Ford, Silver Star Communications, and by MyLocalRadio.com.
Be sure to visit MyLocalRadio.com for archived versions of this and other games, as well as updates and interviews with local teams throughout the school year. And don't forget to join us for our next broadcast of Caribou County Volleyball on KBRV The Bear and online with live video streaming at MyLocalRadio.com.